morning, boys and girls. Today we are on lesson 30 of Saxon Book 3, and we're going to talk about estimating sums and differences. So I want to start with this word estimating. The whole purpose of estimating in math is to make it easier. We're rounding, we're estimating, we're making really close guesses so that the math is easier. We're going to talk about that more in just a minute. Let's look at the first example. At the pet store, Jonah picked out an aquarium for $52. And he picked out a turtle for $26. About, that's the key word here, About how much money will Jonah need to pay for his items? Will you add or subtract to find the answer? Okay, so first let's talk about this super ordinary but super important word, about. Anytime you are working in your math book or working on a math test and you see the word about, let that be a big flashing light to you that says, about, I can round. They don't want the exact answer. They want an estimate. And estimating makes things easier. So we want to estimate anytime we see the word about. Okay? So that's the first part. Second part is, do we need to add or subtract? He bought an aquarium and he bought a turtle. How much money does he need? We need to add. He bought two things. We have to add them together. Now, estimating makes things easier. I don't want to add this. I'm going to round. So I'm going to start by rounding 52. 52, is it closer to 50 or is it closer to 60? 52, over here it's closer to 50, so that's going to round down to 50. And 26, is it closer to 20 or is it closer to 30? 26, oh, that's over on this side. 26 rounds to 30. All right, now that I've rounded, can I do this in my head? 50 plus 30? Absolutely. So Jonah is going to spend about $80 at the pet store. Okay? So remember what I said about how we don't want to do extra math work because about rounding makes things easier? Watch what I sometimes see students do. They come over here. They go, okay, 6 plus 2 is 8, 5 plus 2 is 7. Oh, okay, and then 78 rounds to 80. So they do all the work of adding and then they round. Where if you round first, you make the problem so easy you can do it in your head. So remember to round first when you have an estimating problem, okay? Next problem. We have Cass. Cass had 92 balloons. And she used 39 of them to decorate for a friend's party. About, keyword, how many balloons does Cass have left? Will you add or subtract to find the answer? So, about, yay, we get to round. So let's do that first. 92, is it closer to 90 or 100? 92. 90, we're going to round 92 to 90. 39, is it closer to 30 or 40? Oh, it's really close to 40 over here. We're going to round to 40. All right, she had 92. She used 39. How many does she have left? What kind of a problem is this? Subtraction. And can you do this one in your head? 90 minus 40? Piece of cake, piece of pie. She had about 50 balloons. Don't forget that label. On a word problem, you need a label. 50 balloons left. Next example. This one's multiple choice. So they give us the choice of A, 700, B, 900, C, 800, or D, 600. And the question says, what is the best estimate of the sum of 287 and 529? Okay, sum means we're adding. Estimate means we're rounding. So 287, it doesn't tell me if I'm rounding to the tens or the hundreds, but look at my answer choices. See how all of those are rounded to the hundreds? So I'm going to go ahead and say, we're rounding to the hundreds here. All right, so is 287 closer to 200 or 300? This rounds to 300. And 529, is it closer to 500 or 600? Closer to 500. So 300 plus 500, should we go with A, B, C, or D? That's going to be C. 800 is the closest estimate. Okay? All of the lesson practice problems for this lesson are word problems. They begin on page 163 and they go on to 164. I would like for you to look at the word problems, make your estimates, round your numbers, and solve them. You can find the answers in the answer guide that you have at home. And I will see you again tomorrow. After you finish the lesson practice, go ahead and do your written practice. Bye, guys.